Hi everyone, Michael here with a quick look at something I've been working on the last couple of months. It's a bit of trial and error. It's a Home Assistant front end that's developed to run on Android tablets. So let me first kick off by apologizing for the audio quality. I didn't have a lot of time to put this to set this recording up, and it's 11 PM at night here, so I wanted to get this up and out to you guys to have a look, get some feedback and all those sort of things. So as I said, it's a front end for Home Assistant. My Home Assistant is run on Proxmox on a i7 machine that has two virtual environments, one Linux for Home Assistant and one Windows 10 that I use to create Visual Basic applications that I use to fill in any gaps that I couldn't work out how to easily do directly with Home Assistant API or Node-RED. So I just put together an application that runs on the Windows virtual environment that fills in all the gaps. I connect to it sometimes with MQTT. I talk to the Home Assistant API through it directly, and things like that. So, and I'll explain more of that when I do a full video at the end. I'll walk everyone through how that actual application works. So here's the main screen. The top bar stays there, and so does the bottom bar, and everything between the top and bottom blue bars then changes. So I have an indicator of what page I'm on or where I'm at in the application, and this is obviously the sun and moon icons to indicate the sun or the moon. So as I said, it's 11 PM here in Melbourne, Australia. So I've got a moon, and here are place holding icons for indicators of what different things are doing at the current time, which you'll see a little later on. Down the bottom I have a menu button that takes me back to the main menu from any page I'm on. I have a back button that takes me back, and it also doubles if I long press as a back button of anything that I'm looking at in a browser. I have the cast button that I use to cast whatever I'm currently looking at to the current selected Chromecast device. And down here I have the Chromecast controls, so the stop, pause, play and volume controls for the, as I said, the current selected Chromecast device. The first, if I click in here on the lights and switches menu, you'll see it indicates all my lights and my switches that I have currently set up so far. Here are my LIFX bulbs showing different colors on, off and dimming. So you can see here if I click one of the bulbs, it turns off and on. And fluoro light, so everything has an indicator to show that it's on or off. The interesting thing with the LIFX bulbs, if I long press, I get a settings menu for that particular bulb. I have several pre-set up colors. I didn't find the need to want to have a color wheel and choose 16 million colors or whatever they are. A handful of predetermined colors is all I'll ever need. So if I click any of these colors, you'll see the main bulb here changes color. So if I choose yellow for this bulb and click update, you'll see the bulb now becomes yellow. If I do the same with this one, I can turn it green, change it to dimming levels. So here we have, they're in 10% increments, so 100%, 10%. So now I can turn this bulb to roughly 50% or 60%. Click the update button, and now it's green 60%. And here again, I can go red 10% and click update. got a few bugs, but let's not worry about that. Now, down here I have switches. So here's my switch for turning my monitors on and off. Here's my computer lights, the USB power ports on my power board. Here is my oscilloscope. In a second you hear it go beep. There we go. And then turn it off. And obviously there's placeholders for more, and if need be, add a second page. If I click main menu, here I have the cast screen. If I click that, it now visually grabs the current connected Chromecast devices from Home Assistant and displays them visually so I can see what I'm looking at. And then all I need to do is if I click one of them, you'll see that it now becomes the pre-selected device, and you'll see now that I have an indicator saying that it's been activated, and I've currently got red because it's in a stored position. Let's click back to the home screen. Now if I go into music and videos, I have some things set up here. So I have internet radio stations. I click here, you'll see I have what looks like a car stereo, and I haven't blacked that out yet. That's okay. It's very fresh. I click one of the buttons. I now indicate that I want to listen to the SEN web radio station. And then all I need to do is go ahead and click the cast button. And as you see, you'll hear my Lenovo smart screen.
Anyway,
pops the radio station.
We know a lot of people in this but when you're commentating and you get around.
Turn it down.
I get it every time.
Turn it down. And now you'll see it indicates that it's playing by being green. I can pause it.
I'm sorry, dude.
Pause is indicated by orange. I can play again.
I think I'm picking on you.
Back to green.
Adam Thompson. What Adam Thompson?
I then go ahead and choose a different radio station. Click cast. And then we go again. And then stop. And that's the internet radio page. Next, if I go back into music here, I have YouTube Music set up. So the advantage of having this on a Android device is when I open the browser and go to YouTube Music, I get the mobile device version of YouTube Music. So I can go in here and click presets for my favorite bands. And go up here, search, or I can print that. So for instance, Van Halen. Now what it does is I've set up some code that interacts via MQTT to the application on the Windows environment, so I can now actually play playlists and queue them up. So if I click playlists now, I can find a Van Halen playlist like so, and click one of the playlists, and if I click cast and wait a few seconds, it's green indicating casting, and the playlist starts to play. Once again, pause and play. And stop. If I go back now, I also set YouTube up the same way. So I get YouTube, I can search. Bring up Dingo videos. Now the Windows application running, the Visual Studio application running on Windows knows whether or not I'm choosing to play a single video or a playlist based on the URL. So if I click this and click pause and click cast,
hello, I'm Karina Kelly.
you can hear the
Dingoes have
YouTube
held
video,
a controversial place
pause,
in Australian.
and stop. And now I've got my favorites here, so we can look at going to Dr. Z's, go into his playlists, and let's choose live streams. And now it knows that I'm in a playlist. If I hit cast, a couple of seconds, it'll send it to my Lenovo.
Okay.
There we go.
Killed by the dragon. I'm back. I'm back. Okay.
And click stop. And that's my YouTube screen. I also have my weather screen set up. So basically it has my indoor and outdoor temperature and humidity sensors indicating the temperature and humidity and their battery status. I have my air conditioning controls, so I can turn up and down the volumes. There you go. So it's on cool. So now it's turned on, and it will cool down room with this icon showing that it's on cooling. I can then turn it up, select heat, and then you can still switch into heat mode. And then I can turn it off and on. And down here, basically, what I've done is I've embedded some HTML from one of those websites that creates a what do you call it? A little bit of script code that I dragged this off the internet and placed it in here. It was easier than setting up individual things. The layout was perfect. So. Now if I go back, and the last thing I currently have set up for now, I said this is very much a work in progress, but I just wanted to get it out there, be excited. Now in devices, if I go in devices, I currently only have one device set up. But if I go into Octoprint, you'll see I have controls down here, the camera and my web page instance. Up here I have my controls. I can manually control the device from in this screen, turn the temperatures of my extruders up and down. Let's quickly go into the web page, and if I click connect, and we wait a second to our Home Assistant to detect the connection, you'll see Octoprint pop up with an indicator saying it's active. There you go. And then if we wait a little bit longer, eventually Home Assistant will catch up, and it will drag my temperatures down here. While we wait for that, if I click the camera button, obviously, wait a second, and I get my camera view up here, and then obviously I can just switch between all the different views however I want it. There we go. And now see, here we go, my bed temperatures now popped up here, my extruder temperatures now popped up in here, and as I said, I can choose how far I want to move each time, and move the head backwards and forwards, and the bed backwards and forwards, and extrude when it's up to temperature. I do have a lot of different colors of this octopus now, which I then will use to indicate when it's heating, when it's finished, and stuff like that. Now the other thing is that I can't remember if I've actually shown it yet, but the actual Home Assistant icon up here actually is a button as well. So if I click that button, I now get my Home Assistant page up here, which will always be a mess because purely it's all only there for me to set up different devices, and once the device is set up, then I'll never use this page unless I'm logging on remotely or on a web page. Everything will be then driven in here. So that's a bit all for now because that's all I got, but any feedback or ideas would be awesome. So thanks for watching, and cheerio.